Well, joining me is David Quirk. Now, David, well, we know you for MHK. We know you certainly as a phone-in caller on Manx Radio. But going back to your roots, you're looking to go back again to politics in Onchan.
Yes.
But the reason you're here, and I have been following this incident, you're having problems and issues on getting the voters list. And I don't understand why you wanted to talk to me about it. And I said, fine, as long as you don't get us in hot water, what's going on?
I don't understand why as well. Some time ago, and my diary's here, my little black diary, which proves that I went to the commissioners on the 3rd of March and said to them, can I have a nomination form and a copy of the electoral list? I said, I'm registered with a data protection, it's not the data protection registrar now, it's the Information Commissioner.
Yeah.
And my certificate covers me till next year, sometime in April. And it does say at the bottom, and I've got it here for evidence for you, that it says I'm a local authority candidate.
Yeah.
Because you've got to register for the information.
Have you announced your standing officially? Or?
I have announced a few times.
Are you doing it here as well now?
I'm doing it here officially.
Okay.
I'm using your media outlet now to prove to the people and to the commissioners themselves and to the clerk who has been...
Well, you sent me the letter on. He was. I'm not going to read it all out, but he basically says, I've answered this question so many times already.
I just can't believe what the clerk has a function and duty to the local authority. Mm-hmm. And has to provide information to candidates to come forward. They're going to run the election, which is a concern to me now that maybe I'm not being treated fairly. So my only course of action now is to write to Tim Baker and ask the department to investigate.
Right, but you just want electronic listing.
Copy of the list, yeah.
Do they exist electronically?
They do, yeah. Now,
but can you get one yet? Or has anyone else got one yet? I mean, are you being singled out? In other words,
I think I'm being singled out.
You do? Do you know that, or is that just?
Well, no. I'm being
allegedly. I think.
Allegedly, I'm being treated unfairly.
Right.
Because can you imagine it? You'd say probably I'm a hardened senior campaigner.
Yeah.
So I've been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
I'm not that grey. But I, as I've gone on in my life, I've learned a lot of things, and you've to be a candidate, you've got to have a copy of a list before you can fill a form in to say who your proposers and seconders are, and your aid dissenters for the local authority. Now, you can knock on the door and say to you, "Are you on the voters list?" The 9 times out of 10, people say to me, "I don't know."
No one seems to know that. No.
And the list is.
What about a manual list? He's provided the manual list, hasn't he?
Well. The only opportunity I've got probably is, and it seems silly in this day and age of technology, the Isle of Man's supposed to be a technology place, and all this information is supposed to be adhered to. When I was a politician, there was no difficulty getting the electronic list, and I wonder whether politicians nationally are treated differently than local authority candidates.
You can get it, or you haven't got it yet? Or
I haven't got it yet.
Have you asked for it manually?
I haven't asked for it manually, but why do I want it manually? Do I want a stack of papers like that this day and age?
It's better than nothing, I guess.
Can I say? Well, yeah, but it's what it is. You have it sent to you by disc. I've had it sent to me by disc when I was a politician. I've had it sent to me electronically, because all you do is you get the password in another email, so you can open up the information.
You're trouble, aren't you? Let's face it. Let's put it this way. You've upset a few people along the road. I'm sure by the sounds of this. Do you think this is something that's happened here?
No. What it is, I've been very disappointed over the lockdown period. I'm chairman of the Pensions Club, and I'm also president of a football club in Onchan. And Onchan, to me, was a vibrant place, but the local authority needed to engage in it, as well as central government. But I don't feel that's happening from this particular set of local authorities, and I know we're having a national.
You're going to ruffle some feathers though when you get if you get in.
I've been asking questions since the 3rd of March, asking what ratepayers would ask: why are we spending this? Why did the local authority seek legal advice to see whether they could have a by-election? Government said to them they should fill the vacancies. Douglas Corporation are doing it.
So you pushed on that, didn't you? You pushed them to do this.
Yeah, I put.
Maybe that's what the problem is.
I'll give them a petition. I give them a petition of. I went to a meeting and I got 50 signatures. Said Onchan should have the by-election to fill up the vacant seat. Now Onchan only has 7 when it's full capacity. 7 individuals, right? It's down to 6. Now I've seen in the past minutes, which are very scant, where the chairman's vote's been used a few times. I've been to a couple of public meetings. I went to one on the 24th of August where they made decisions for next year. Now, is that right that they should be making decisions for next year when they don't have a full crew?
Right.
And the people of Onchan, no, the ratepayers of Onchan and the voters of Onchan don't know what's going on. And I'll give you quick examples, which will be the Eastern Civic Amenity site. The other one is public rent increase, for local authority housing. The officers report. I was sitting in the public gallery, only me. There's only ever me there, listens in, but I do take notes, which is good. And what they did say is the officers' recommendation was to increase local authority rents by 2%. Now, 2% on a rent of X wouldn't be as much. My concern is if we don't keep up pace as we go along, it comes to a point where there's a massive increase in the rents. And we've learned that in past when I was in national government. And I don't know why. It was that there was only 4 members there. There should have been 6. I know where the other one was.
Okay.
He was wandering around another district.
Don't get into hot order. If by the way, a right to reply, obviously, if the other side would like to come on and tell us what the answers to your questions, we'd love to hear from them.
I'd love. So what I'm here today to prove is to the audience, your massive audience that you have on your media platform, which I'll hopefully be able to send a link to the clerk of the commissioners and to Mr. Baker and saying, I'm a genuine candidate.
Yeah.
I filled the form in on Friday. Okay. I can't believe it. At the commissioner's office, I filled the form in Friday.
Before you go, have you got your eye on the prize of coming back to be an MHK in next year's elections? I know you can't announce anything as such, but you can give intention.
You can never say no.
Oh, okay.
In a political world.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can say is there will never be a free election for a national politician in Onchan.